Hey guys, and welcome to another video. So continuing on with bad habits, one bad habit that is common amongst a lot of people of all ages, my age, younger, older, is not taking action and only talking about, dreaming about your goals, and kind of alluding to a lot of other videos that I made and kind of brought up this topic. But it is a real bad habit to always be thinking and telling yourself that you're going to do something but not taking any action. And sometimes when you plan too much, or you're waiting for the perfect moment to act, that's when it just keeps getting delayed and delayed, and you become you're procrastinating. I can't even pronounce that word for some reason, but you're just not taking the action yet. And while it's good to have that plan and as a starting point, it's only when you actually begin moving, begin doing, that you're actually going to start to make progress towards whatever goal that you want. And along the way, you're going to be making mistakes, correcting it, or finding another direction to go into. So taking action is pretty much like 90%. The reason why people either reach their goals or don't make their goals is because of the taking action part. And it kind of falls under maybe relying on other people or other circumstances or whatever the case may be. But for the most part, it's when people are just a little bit lazy or scared, or they don't like taking a risk. Now, some risks are bigger than others, obviously, but still, all in all, no matter what plan, large or small, short term or long term, the only way you're going to do it is by taking action. And obviously, like all the other habits, the earlier you start, the better, because once you establish some kind of routine or you're locked in somewhere for a long time, it becomes harder and harder to kind of break out. So the earlier that you are, whatever goals that you have, start taking action, whether that's going back to school, getting a degree, making an investment, moving somewhere. Some of these take time, and it just doesn't happen just like that, or else very rarely. Like sometimes, for an investment, or let's just say you want to move somewhere, sometimes that's going to take about a year planning. There's a lot of things you have to do. You have to sort out this, that, and the other. Then things are going to pop up, and then you have to save up money, all that. So take action every single day. So me, as an example, I love planning, and I love a planner. I love my planner. Basically, I plan out every single day of tasks that I need to get done, both for work and then for outside work. And then I don't consider the day complete unless everything's checked off. And this is another good habit to establish, but basically what this is making me do is taking action and having your set of goals. And sometimes those goals, you have to do a lot of stuff throughout the week and throughout the month in order to accomplish it. So it's a really, really bad habit if you're gonna say, hey, I want to New Year's resolution, or you have a goal, and then watch, if you don't take any action, or if you don't write it down step by step and day by day of the stuff that needs to get done in order to achieve that goal, watch what happens. It's going to be 6 months, and then the next year, and then you're going to look back and realize that you weren't able to reach that goal, because it does take action. It does take you writing it down, seeing it, visualizing it, and then taking the necessary steps to achieve it. I alluded it all the time, but basically sports athletes, they practice every single day. Actors, musicians, they practice, every day as well. Everybody practices their craft at least every day. It takes practice, it takes action. If they want to find a record label, or if they want to find an agent, they need to find a team. They need to be very active. And it's a lot that goes into it. And just, normal, you're starting a business. Yes, hypothetically, it's easy to start a business. You just go open up an LLC and start to get some clients. But then there's also all the other action steps in terms of what is your business plan, how are you going to market, how are you going to keep your, accounting, and, how are you going to, reach out, all that combined. And it takes action. Sometimes you're going to need help, but at the start of it, everything starts and ends with you. So as in anything in life, you know, you have to take action, and I keep harping in it. I don't know, it's gonna sound like a broken record, but that's basically trying to hammer it into you, is that a lot of times, and look, I'm not some old, you know, I'm not that old to give like super wise advice, but I'm old enough to tell you guys that it is, to a degree, that the person who's most active and takes the most action is most likely going to find success than, let's say, somebody who, whatever field it is, you know, obviously it depends on the field, but whereas someone who's maybe either smarter or more talented but is more lazy in the category of not taking as much action as the other person who's, let's say, moderately talented, that person's going to get a lot more, have a higher chance of success, the person who's taking action, because there's a quote that says that the harder that you work, the luckier you become, and more opportunities and chance come to you, because you are what you attract. So if you're out, you know, putting that energy into the world, naturally it's going to come back to you, because if you're not doing anything, you know, nothing's going to come to you, like 99% of the time, unless you're super wealthy and have super connections. But I'm just talking about for the average person. That's how it is. So guys, with that, I hope that was helpful. A bad habit, never taking action. Make sure that that's not you. Don't be that person. Don't be the majority that doesn't take any action and complain about where they're at in their lives or why they haven't achieved any of their goals. This is one of the reasons, is taking action. So make sure that you fall in that category. So guys, with that, thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please feel free to share. And again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.